I wanted to make a video about how much money you should tip your DoorDash, Uber, or Grubhub driver, or whatever food service you might order food from. I used to make a living doing something else. I made a lot of money doing it. I can't do that job anymore. I have a medical condition preventing me from doing a lot of different kinds of jobs now. So I have fallen into doing this food delivery, which I've been doing about 2 years now. And so I know the ins and outs of it pretty well. I know my area extremely well. And I know what to take and what not to take. And I work 10 to 11 hours every day, and that's what it takes to be able to make a living doing this job. But anyway, long story short, what you should tip your driver, in my opinion, and at least what I need to make to be able to take your delivery and make it worth my while. First of all, I don't care how close you are to the restaurant. You're asking somebody else to drive their car to a restaurant, wait in a line, pick up your food, bring it to your house. I don't care if you live 1 block away. If you do not leave a minimum of a $5 tip on there, I won't even think about picking up your order. Okay? It's just not worth my time. Secondly, what you should do, and I don't care if you live 20 miles away from the restaurant, okay? First of all, like I said, minimum $5 tip. But if you live anywhere other than just down the street, and I mean down the street, what you should do is figure out what restaurant that driver is going to be delivering from, because guess what? It might not be the let's say Taco Bell that's down the street from your house. It might be a Taco Bell from a different city. So you might think to yourself a $2 tip is okay for this, but it's not. And that's why you're not getting your food warm, maybe not ever, because no driver wants to take that. So what you need to do is figure out what restaurant that food is actually coming from, and then figure out, not miles, but how many minutes it takes to drive from your location to that restaurant. And so if it's 20 minutes, then you should tip them $20. Okay? It should be $1 a minute of that driver's time in order to make it worthwhile for me. Okay? And believe me, there are a lot of deliveries out there to be done. I'll pass over 6 or 7 offers before accepting one. And that's just what we have to do to make it worth our while. And I know a lot of people say, well, DoorDash should pay the drivers more, blah, blah, blah. Well, DoorDash pays in my area. It could be different other areas, but DoorDash pays on the average delivery $2.50 an order. Now, if you accept 2 deliveries at the same time, that $2.50 per delivery goes down to $2 per delivery, because if they give you a stack, they're keeping $1. All right. So this kind of job is 95% tip based. If you don't tip good, we're not doing the runs, guys. And another thing too, you people who want to order food and not put on tip, or put such a low tip that eventually the DoorDash might have to call you and say, hey, we just don't have drivers available. Okay, well, what that really means is nobody's going to come pick up your food because you suck. Okay? If you're not going to tip good, go get your own food. Simple as that. But what happens is DoorDash still has to pay for that food to the restaurant. So if this keeps happening, eventually it's an unsustainable business for DoorDash, Grubhub, or Uber to be in. Which brings me to another point. Grubhub has started paying their drivers horribly compared to what they used to pay. I've noticed at least a 30% decrease in pay. Okay? I never thought I would see the day when a DoorDash delivery routinely paid more than a Grubhub delivery, but that's what's going on now. And Uber is just, I don't know, that's all over the place. They don't seem to have a set pay. It's just, I'll just say that I do fewer Ubers than anything. And which brings me to another point. I very, very rarely do an Uber ride share. Primarily for two reasons: COVID, and the other reason is they don't tip you. I don't understand why. I mean, I know it costs a lot of money to take an Uber. I've used a ride share service myself in the past. But guys, gas is expensive. Doing this job, and I have a very fuel efficient car. I get at least 30 miles a gallon doing this job. But, I'll spend, at the current gas prices, I'll spend $23 to $25 a day in gas. Okay? It costs money to run these cars. Tires, oil changes. Guys, I drive 5,000 miles every month doing this job. Okay? I have to have a reliable car because this is my living. I just want you to think about these things when you're, ordering food, because you're asking us to do something and it costs us money. So treat your drivers with some respect. $1 a minute, guys. Have a good day.